This week in the world of news from books, beards, and brews. All right. As always, I am Bob of Tales by Bob.
I'm the ass of the podcast, Derek.
And I'm Tanya.
Just Tanya now?
Yeah.
Scaling it back on the...
I like creative consultant Tanya.
I feel like I haven't done much creative... No, I have been doing creative
You
consulting
have.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm creative consultant Tanya.
She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes that helps out.
Mm-hmm.
Social media
There you go.
Yeah.
Social,
extraordinaire.
let's see. What's
Yeah.
social...
Is that the fucking ice cream truck?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
We've been sitting here for 45 minutes.
there it goes.
And as soon as we record,
Oh my
here's the
God.
motherfucking ice cream truck.
Yeah.
I wonder if people think we're making the ice cream
Son
truck
of a
up.
bitch.
You know, I hope... there's no way the microphone picked it up, but it'd be great
Yeah.
if it did. Anyway. All right. So what whiskey are we having this week,
I
guys?
don't know.
I went to the liquor
Oh,
store.
hold on. This isn't fair because you said, what are we having this
Well,
week? We're not having it.
You know, that's what I'm getting to. So I went to the ABC
God,
store.
what an asshat.
Was select, like, going through, and I had, I found some likely culprits I was thinking about picking up. I thought about there's a Knob Creek that had caught my eye.
That would be a good choice.
Yeah.
I need to get some Buffalo Trace again.
I almost bought a bottle of Bullet, not the rye, but the regular Bullet.
Yeah.
I've got information about that.
Yeah, but I was like, well, let me go check and see what's over on the gift sets, and I found this Writer's Tears
Yeah.
Copper
Nice.
Pot Irish Whiskey, and it
Nice.
comes with 2 whiskey tumblers with teardrops on it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Or
Oh.
I haven't seen the gift set,
How
but I've seen
appropriate.
that
Yeah,
before.
this is stupid appropriate.
I love it.
So
You're
Writer's
Irish,
Tears.
you're right.
Yeah. So I haven't decided.
I love it.
So yeah, we're not drinking this because I don't want to open this yet. This is going to be something special occasion.
We should just celebrate when your days are up with that.
Well, no, because I'm going to celebrate my 100 days by going to that whiskey bar in Prattville. That's what we're doing to
Yeah.
celebrate my 100 days.
Yeah.
But for this, we may crack this open when we hit 1,000 monthly downloads on the podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
Or I might be greedy and do it like whenever I make some book goal, like the first month that I
Ooh,
make
yeah.
like $500
Yeah,
selling
yeah,
books or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see. I may try and pick up another one of these gift sets, and then we could do both. Yeah. But anyway, so
That's
it's
neat.
yeah, Writer's Tears Copper Pot Irish Whiskey. Yeah, it says here on the back, Writer's Tears, a unique style of whiskey embedded in history, a time when Irish whiskey was distilled exclusively in copper pots. 2 styles flourished, malt and pot still, distilled from 100% barley. The marriage of barley. The marriage of both styles became known as the champagne of Irish whiskey, a style of whiskey liked by many of the great Irish writers of the 19th century, less for its literary inspiration and more so for its full-bodied, flavorsome taste.
Nice.
So, yeah, this is awesome.
That's very
And since I'm
appropriate.
being blue-balled, I'm going to have these crappy beers.
What do you got there?
But they're smooth.
Keystone. Cracking open a key. Yeah. All right. So
Keystone.
I'm smooth.
let's dive into the news.
So smooth.
So smooth.
This first headline
Click.
is, well, that's aggressive. So in this month's issue of Psychological Science, a group of Australians got a bunch of folks together and showed them some pictures. And in one picture, it showed a clean-shaven guy smiling, a clean-shaven guy looking angry, and then a bearded guy smiling and a bearded guy looking angry. And they kind of they're like, okay, well, who do y'all think looks angriest, or yada yada yada, who looks happiest? And people with clean-shaven faces were generally judged to be happier looking, while bearded people were tended to be more aggressive looking.
I throw the challenge flag. I counter that with Santa Claus.
Ooh, that is good. Well, so when I was first reading this, like, oh god, this is more Big Razor propaganda, yada yada yada. But no, because the headline was something like, hey, this is what your coworkers think about you, bearded guys, or something to that effect. So they did another experiment. They had 450 participants look and rate the 4 types of faces on scales of aggressiveness, masculinity, and pro-sociality. Being pro-social is defined as a social behavior that benefits other people or a society as a whole, such as helping, sharing, donating, cooperating, and volunteering.
Gotcha.
And bearded men rated higher on all that. So it's like
Yeah.
we do appear more aggressive, but we also appear
Friendlier, nicer.
better members of
Best.
society.
Essentially, what I've read is that people, when they see beard, they kind of give to it a weight of not responsibility necessarily, but
like respect.
Put some speck on that beard.
basically, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
status. Basically,
Well, I mean,
a
it's
status
also
symbol.
kind of like if you're clean shaven, it's more adolescent. You're more like, I'm not
Right.
saying that clean
But as
faced
a
guys
child,
are boys, but I mean,
yeah.
like that's definitely more of a boy thing. But when you've got full facial hair, that's definitely, you are clearly a man.
You're a grown ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that one cousin I had that I swear to God had like a fucking Tom Selleck mustache at like 14.
He's a
Bruh,
grown ass man.
I wish I could. I wish I
Yeah.
could have a Tom Selleck now.
Oh man, you know Dust, our friend of the podcast, Dusty, he rocked a Selleck for a day. I convinced him when he shaved off his beard.
Why only a day? When was
Cause-
this?
Oh, this is back in grad school. I'll say this: it was a Selleck, but that was not a good look for our friend Dusty.
Actually,
very
yeah,
white-
okay, that's
he
fair.
very white. Well, also the thing is, like a Selleck doesn't look good blonde, and he's got blonde facial hair.
Well, just that's fair.
He could have died.
I got nothing for that.
Okay. So here's just some quick snippets. A couple These don't even warrant headlines. Kit Harington shaved his beard because he's off Game of Thrones now.
Can't.
So he's beardless.
Y'all aren't watching Game of Thrones. The
course
second
not.
episode comes out today, and I'm very excited.
So,
Oh, and happy Easter, everybody.
so
by
when
the way.
when you said that, by the
Yeah.
way, Bob, I'm putting up the red alert. This is Derek's interjection of emergency news.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa just shaved his beard a couple of hours ago.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh my.
yeah, shaved his beard for the first time in 7 years.
Oh, I guess. Well, he's got to be
no.
Duncan, Idaho, for Dune.
I
bet he shaved
knew
it for,
there was another
He
reason.
shaved it for Dune.
He
oh,
did it-
Tanya, he shaved it for your favorite
There's
book.
another reason why I hate Dune.
Yeah.
Why do you mess up
It's-
such perfection?
I'll say this though. I bet he still looks ravishing.
He
Oh,
looks.
Yeah.
not
Jason Momoa
actually-
without a beard knocks on my door. I'm probably not going to go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. You just have to come back in a week when you got some facial hair.
Well,
Though,
no.
I mean, you can still come back in a week. That's fine. But
Yeah, it was one of those things where
Yikes.
I just happened to check my phone,
Jeez.
and it had
Yeah.
happened like 40 minutes ago, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
my
And
gosh.
it immediately started sending messages to friend of the podcast Elizabeth because she's a big fan
I mean,
of Jason Momoa.
if you're not a Momoaite,
Yeah, I don't-
Momoamite.
yeah, but I,
Mimosan, Momoan.
Mimosan. Or if you're not a fan of mimosas, then you just
But
you
my
just
thing
no
is,
friend of this podcast. That's
she
for sure.
she has a picture of him up in her cubicle, so everyone knows how she feels. So like
Almost
within
bought those mango mimosas.
everybody
Should
just
have.
started sending her
Yeah.
texts and messages and
We're
being like,
in,
oh my god,
we're in my morning.
yeah, it was tough, guys.
Yeah.
but the internet's freaking out,
Oh,
which is why I
I'm
said
sure.
this is the most
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
viral thing that's happened.
In other Game of Thrones related news, I read an article that was like the status of every beard now that the show's over, like who's
Who's survived?
yeah, and the only one Tormund,
Yeah.
he still has his, but he says that he's praying that because his wife really likes his beard, but he's praying that a role comes along
Where he has to shave it.
Well,
I know a couple years ago he had some advert deals, sponsorship stuff,
yeah.
where he had the beard, but it was like, you very clearly need to show that you're the Game of Thrones guy, so keep
Yeah.
the beard. But also, bro, keep the beard. It's great.
Yeah, he has tidied it up a lot. I saw.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
He's got a good beard.
Yeah, I'm still feeling really awkward because I got a haircut this weekend, but the lady that normally cuts my hair normally does my beard too. She wasn't there,
Oh.
so I didn't get a beard trim. So I'm just like riding it out.
Yeah.
I need to do something.
Just start now working on a winter beard.
It's never too. It's never.
Well,
too,
I'm
it's
like-
never too early. Winter is coming, Derek.
Winter
I mean,
is coming.
I mean, I figured I would like I'm not gonna go like would straight cut it for me. I might
Yeah.
like take the ends off and leave it really longish and just
Yeah.
let it keep growing long. That's
Yes.
probably what
I
would
support
do.
that.
just go with it.
Yeah.
Life's short. Beard shouldn't be.
Oh, that's a great. Write that
Great
down.
creative.
Write
Creative consultant Tanya.
Write that down. We need to make that a shirt.
May I borrow your pen, sir?
Yeah, write that down. All right.
I mean, I'll listen to this podcast.
Other little snippet of news. Julian Assange. Did y'all see his beard?
I saw when he was arrested, but
Yeah.
I didn't see.
Oh wow.
It was.
Yeah. It's a
It's a
pretty
thing.
epic beard. It's definitely I have gone crazy from living inside without
Yeah.
going outside for 5 years kind of beard.
It's
very
a,
much
It's
a,
I have no fucks to give.
very
beard.
much a Saddam Hussein caught in the bunker kind
yeah.
of beard.
Bunker
That- you know what,
beard.
that's-
Bunker beard,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
But haven't we all been at that point
So,
where we
I would-
grow a bunker beard?
Anyone who's a longtime listener of this
Yeah.
podcast will know I fucking hate John Steinbeck. Like, fuck that guy. Fuck his
Yeah.
books. Fuck him. So I found this quote by him. It's from Cannery Row. It says, "A man with a beard was always a little suspect anyway." So just further reason to
Wow.
fucking hate John Steinbeck.
So are we? So he's like our nemesis.
He's not our nemesis, but he's probably my nemesis. Like he's. I
Isn't
mean,
he
y'all can hate him
dead?
too.
I mean, I
he's
don't-
dead
can
as
you-
fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Can you have a nemesis of someone who's dead? I don't think so because they can't
That
bring back
will
to you.
actually. Yes.
But you see, I haven't read all of his stuff, so there's still
There's still ways for him to
There
attack
are
you?
still attacks of his out there lurking
Oh, okay.
to get me.
I gotcha.
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh when he's gonna read one of them and be like, "Holy shit, I actually like this."
You know what we need
and
to
then-
do is like pull some Steinbeck novels
try and find it.
but recover them as something else. Be like, "Ooh, Bob, I found this thing. It's self-published. You're gonna love it."
I hate y'all. All right. So y'all remember we talked about the
Great plan.
the
plan.
Keurig,
Creative
the
consultant Tanya.
liquor Keurig.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, uh-huh.
yeah.
All right. So
Margarita pods.
yeah. So get this. There's another company that's come. All right. So
Oh.
there's another company that's doing basically the same thing as that. It's called Bartesian.
Hey, I'm okay with a
Okay.
whole bunch of people doing this, so we get a good one.
So Bartesian is
As long as their pods work together.
well, I think they're probably all they have no reason for them to work together
At this point,
Yeah. But
We'll see.
So this
Yeah.
one, Bartesian is backed by Suntory. Apparently, it's got
Ooh.
funding from Suntory.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But anyway, I like this idea better. So this is headline is what a smart idea. So Smart Spirits is a new entrant in the at-home pod-based connected countertop cocktail appliance market.
Oof, yikes.
But it doesn't make cocktails. Instead, it creates straight up booze like whiskey, gin, rum, and more. It's basically there's 4 parts to its system. There's a Bluetooth enabled dispenser, a bottle of grain neutral spirit drink, and a variety of flavor pods like the Taste of American Bourbon. And then there's a mobile app that you use to control everything.
I know why Bob likes this.
So once you set it up, you create your drink and you can control the strength of it or add water or whatnot. So I think that's pretty neat.
I
It's
think
countertop Heaven Hill. Then no wonder you like it. It's green spirits with a little splash of something
Well,
else.
no, here's the thing about it though. If you're the kind of person that you can't afford to have a fully fleshed out
Bar.
liquor store,
Yeah.
this way you
get
can
the
be like, well, hey, I don't have gin on hand, but I need some gin for this cocktail. Boom, let me just throw in a gin pod.
Let me just get the flavor of gin without actually
Yeah.
having gin.
So the thing is though,
you
is
just put
how
liquor
are
through a
these,
sock.
well, how are these going to taste is the question.
I think
you
that's
know?
going to taste awful.
well,
Gin tastes awful.
well, yeah,
so-
gin in general is awful.
No, but I'm just saying, because, I mean, basically you just have a plain alcohol, and they're going to throw the flavor of bourbon, the flavor of gin.
Yeah.
It's just flavorings. It's not
Yes.
the actual liquor. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
you're
know?
gonna have to.
I mean, in the end, I'm
Because
not
look,
buying
they're-
either
they're-
one of these.
They're doing a lot of stuff with science these days to chemically make like whiskeys that you don't have to age.
Yeah.
Like that is
I don't know how I feel about that.
that is coming. I mean that there's going to be I think in the next 10 years there's going to be whiskeys out there that you
Flash
cannot
made.
taste
Yeah.
the fun like they'll have different tastes but you won't be able to like
gonna-
blind taste test you won't know that it wasn't aged.
I'm gonna refuse to buy anything not in a barrel then,
That's fair.
because I'm gonna be that.
Well,
hipster.
I'm sure they're going to have to be listed differently. It'll probably be like artificial whiskey or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
They better.
But yeah, so I thought that was neat. My last little bit. Well, all right. Here's a quick little thing. I'm sure you've probably seen it. There's some more anti-beard propaganda out there. basically some scientists were trying to do a study because not every veterinary clinic has an MRI machine. So they were like, well, could we put a dog in a human MRI machine? So to test that, they like to find out if it'd be, safe for both
Sanitary,
people.
yeah.
They tested the bacteria content of bearded men versus dogs, and supposedly a male beard has more germs than a dog. But, whatever. Yes.
I mean, I don't see men wiping poo into their beards, and dogs definitely eat poop.
But see, from what I understand,
so they didn't get it from the mouth. They got it from the dog's shoulder, which is apparently the most bacteria-ridden part of a dog.
Yeah, because they can't really get to clean it,
Yeah.
I guess. Huh.
I was under the impression that dog mouths were.
No, that's a misconception. That's not accurate. Dogs' mouths are filthy. Don't let a dog lick your cuts. That's gross.
I don't think anyone was ever saying let a dog lick your cut. I think they were saying. I thought I'd read some reports where dogs' mouths were cleaner than human mouths.
Yeah.
So it would make sense.
People's mouths in general are real gross.
But I think that just stands to reason that if a people's mouth was more gross than a dog's mouth, then of course a people's beard, where its mouth
Spittle.
adjacent, would be more gross. But yeah. Anyway, just some more big razor propaganda. Fuck them.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, why do you think Momoa shaved his beard? You think it wasn't Big Razor? Come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Is
No doubt.
absolute nonsense.
I feel like that could just be alleviated by having a nice curriculum in schools. Is like, all right, gentlemen, beards are great. Here's how to hygiene.
Yeah.
Because, there are some people who probably walk around with 6 weeks of pizza in their beard. You should probably wash it out, comb it out.
Fair.
So, I mean, that's just hygiene, teaching people how to people. But Big Razor keeps stepping in and telling people push those Gillette ads instead of how to take care of your beard. They just want you to shave it off.
Let's be real here. If we're talking about education, I think it would be a lot quicker to just name the things that were done correct with our education system. That would save a lot of time than to just talk about all the things they do
we can be
wrong.
illiterate, but we need to have nice beards.
Oh, so
This is the wrong.
Okay, maybe not illiterate. We're a good podcast.
I found. So when I was at the Alabama Book Festival.
Yes.
Let's do a quick.
We cannot do math.
Let's do a quick little rundown of our news before we. So.
Podcast news.
Creative consultant Tanya and I were we went up to the Interstellar Brewing Spring Fling. Yep. Had a good time. That was great.
Wonderful.
I went to the Alabama Book Festival beforehand. That was cool. While I was there, I found out that there is an organization in Montgomery that volunteers to teach adults to read. Yeah. It's a literacy program. So I signed up to be a volunteer for that.
Wonderful.
So waiting to hear back on if they accepted my application.
Each one, teach one.
Yeah. So anyway, but that was neat. Okay. So Hairstyle.
It's a pretty sweet earth, you might say.
So I think everyone. I mean, if you didn't see it, you had to have been living under a rock. But the Cathedral at Notre Dame burned.
I feel really bad for Quasimodo.
Pretty bad. Well, it's funny you should say that. So Victor Hugo, all right, Hunchback of Notre Dame. So this headline is "I have a hunch."
What the fuck was that? Is that a Goofy? Did you just fucking Goofy laugh us?
She yucked us.
She yucked us. Fuck.
But so part of the reason he wrote that book was to make his contemporaries more aware of the value of Gothic architecture, which was neglected and often destroyed. But he wrote it basically because the cathedral needed repairing. They were taking out like the stained glass and replacing it with clear glass.
And he was like, fuck that.
Yeah, so he wrote this book. Like, the book, if you read it, has far more focus on the architecture than it should. And that's why he was trying to bring it to, like, hey, guys, Notre Dame needs repairing.
He was like, I can write a culturally well-constructed novel that will point out the relevance of this thing that I want to have be fixed.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's the football team. Notre Dame's the castle thing. They look the same, but they're different. Notre Dame's a shit trash football team.
Yeah, fuck Notre Dame.
I was going to say, well, I mean, you're not going to get any disagreement from that. You're in an
Dame.
SEC area. So.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, fuck Notre Dame. Yay, Notre Dame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Derek, I know you had some news.
Well, first of all, I was going to say, that was really sad because I've been there and I've got pictures of me.
Yeah, I've actually been there as well. I was so young, I don't really remember it. I was
same, but I got pictures and stuff like that. It's just
there's some pictures running around of me.
This is not the first time that has had problems. I mean, it's in France that was fucking carpet bombed. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's like it has been damaged and burnt before.
No. Well,
it'll be rebuilt.
Yeah, no, they're going to rebuild it.
Fine.
There were some artifacts that may have been lost, though. I think
it'd be like that sometimes.
They say don't be like it do, but it do.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, no, it is sad, but they're gonna.
I have feels about it that are
incorrect ones. Yeah, I know. So let's move on to the Forbes article by Larry Olmsted that I read. I read it at lunch. It was very interesting. Some of my favorite. Basically, he was just talking about interesting new whiskeys that he's discovered since the start of the year.
Yeah.
And I just kind of read through it and took the information out of it that I thought was most interesting. So first of all, there's a whiskey called Texas Pot Still Bourbon that is made by, and I meant to look up how to pronounce this. I'm going to say it's Balcones Distilling.
That sounds about right. If it's in Texas, that would be more like a kind of a Hispanic pronunciation.
That's what I figured, but it could be Balcone, or I don't fucking know. Anyways, but they
balcony.
I'm sorry. I think it's probably more Balcone.
It is Texas. So that's
real southern.
That's a little too southern. That's not enough Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, balcony.
Yeah. So they claim to be the first Texas-made whiskey since Prohibition.
Oh, cool.
They make whiskey entirely from blue corn, which
Balcones.
Which caught my attention because
that's cool.
Months ago
we did a little bit about the
article about heirloom whiskey
corns,
that I wanted to try really bad with the different colored whiskeys or different colored corn creating different flavored whiskeys.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting. But they have one that's Texas Pot Still Bourbon. It's around $30, and it's made of roasted blue corn, Texas wheat, Texas rye, and malted barley. It's like 92 proof.
Neat.
Apparently, it's a very complex flavor with fruity flavor and a touch of sweetness, with hints of crisp apple, nuts, and sweet corn.
Huh.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Man, I'll tell you, Did you get to have any, Tanya, of the Texas whiskey that Cameron brought back with him?
No. That rye?
I don't remember
that rye that was real rye that he was passing around.
No, this was different. He had 2 bottles. This it was really good. I wish I could remember what it was. I had a Texas whiskey that was delightful.
No, y'all had polished that off by the time I showed up.
Okay, it was delightful.
Y'all were way gone before I got there.
Speaking of rye, I'll skip over the middle one and go to the next part. Of course,
why would you do that?
You know what? Actually, I'm
not. She hit us with a yuck and a tee-hee-hee-hee.
No, hold on.
She hit us with the...
Remember this part of this conversation. Remember this part right now.
The duck from the dog from the duck game.
Oh yeah,
no.
Duck Hunter.
Duck Hunter.
Get out of here.
She hit.
Anyways, we're gonna move on.
We're gonna laugh.
We're gonna go, and we're not gonna go with the rye because I have a joke that I'm gonna make later based on that. Now, the next thing that I thought was really interesting in the article was an Irish distillery called Glendalough, as I'm pretty sure how you say it.
Here we go, Glendalough. Here we go, Glendalough.
But they have a couple of different types of whiskey that kind of go against the general Irish consensus of whiskey. And one in particular that sounded interesting, as I will give Bob a chance to make a joke here in a second, is a 13-year-old single malt, the first and only Irish whiskey aged in Japanese famed Mizunara oak.
So why does that interest you, Derek?
I don't...
Because you don't know anything about Japan.
There you go. All right.
That's neat.
But apparently it gives it like a complex honey and citrus fruity taste because of the specific type of wood.
You know, you guys
So it's going to be kind of a samurai laddie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. You were not expecting that one, were you?
No, I wasn't.
That's much better than the whole like Derek doesn't know anything about Japan.
Yeah.
But like you guys talk about like whiskeys with like, oh, it's fruity and citrus. No. I don't get that.
I know. So I think the way
I just need
Derek
to drink more different
things.
I
know. I think Derek said it in a way that made it really click. Sense. It doesn't taste like fruit.
It just makes your tongue and mouth think of fruit.
Kind of, makes it feel the same way.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that you're...
and now sometimes you do have whiskeys with fruit, like Beam Apple and what.
Yeah.
But it more evokes a sensation of a thing.
Sense memory.
You hallucinate.
Yes.
The flavor and sensation.
It's a fever dream.
A fever dream of flavor. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's a sense memory. It's
fever dreams.
But it's also
Scarlet fever dreams.
Well, here's the thing: you don't drink a lot of whiskey.
I don't.
And I'll say this: I am growing into it because I've mostly just drank bottom shelf rot gut.
Yeah.
So now the more you drink
see what I'm saying?
Of it,
the more you notice of it.
The more you notice the differences.
I get
it.
So. I think the best one to do is to take something like Heaven Hill or something that it's just whiskey. Try that and then try
some Gentleman Jack.
No, what's the one that you really like from Alabama?
Oh, Clyde Mays.
Clyde Mays, and you'll definitely notice the sensation of apple.
Yeah. I'll also say this. So my brother got married. Congrats to Mark. And they went on their honeymoon to Jamaica, and he brought me back a 12-year aged rum.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So, I told him, he's like, "Oh, dude, whenever you get done with your 100 days, we'll have to make some margaritas or something." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll celebrate with it."
Nah, bro, not with that. That's
you just drink.
I don't ever really drink. I'm not a big rum guy, but I think I just need to give rum more of a try. Really, I don't have anything against rum. I just always go to whiskey. I never
get that rumbly in your tumbly, man.
If I go to the liquor store, I get whiskey, not rum.
Fucking Winnie the Pooh.
We're not talking about Winnie the Pooh, but I'm not done yet.
Yeah, okay.
There was one more thing.
Okay.
And since you mentioned rye, and then you made that joke about rye, this is my rye comeback. So rye grows well in cold weather, and it was apparently the primary whiskey for America till Prohibition. Now, since it's on its way back, it's becoming a lot more common for whiskeys to start labeling when they're high rye concentration.
Okay.
Because they have a very specific type of taste that it invokes. And so some examples of things that are high rye because obviously bourbon, for example, has to be 51% corn. But the rest of it can be consisted of
whatever.
So it could be 48% rye.
So some that I didn't realize were high rye, but as soon as I tell you what they are, it'll kind of explain. You'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense that Derek likes those. Let's see, Bullet, Basil Hayden, Booker's, and Woodford Reserve.
Okay.
And Woodford Reserve is my favorite.
Go-to.
And you also really like
Bullet,
yeah. So
and it's just.
And I actually like both of those, but they're not rye whiskeys. They're bourbons with a high rye content.
Right.
And I like both of those.
Mm-hmm. And the interesting thing is they also have there's a rye that I really want to try now called Redemption Rye. It's about $30 a bottle.
Is it Rye Demption?
No, it should be though.
It should.
But it's 95% rye. So I want to test that.
So I wonder if that's like chocolate. You know how because my mom will only eat chocolate if it's
over 90%
or higher. And we were just at World Market. We found one that is 99% dark, which to me that's got to taste just like, I don't know,
it's probably tastes like my
bark.
soul. Bitter, black and bitter.
Well, I mean, I like dark chocolate, but it is a thing you got to be prepared
for. It's too bitter.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. Is I'm pretty sure it goes too far.
That's bitter, baby.
But I think that's all my drink news.
Nice. I don't think you had much in the way of news, did you, or anything really? No. All right. Well, let's. Oh
wait, hold on.
Oh.
How'd you like did you have any of the ginger beers?
Oh yeah. So weirdly, her taste was a lot closer to yours.
Really?
She didn't try all of them. I could only get her to try 5 of them.
I'm not a beer person. I just don't like beers for real.
But her favorite was the Martian Mojito, which I think was your favorite.
It was, which was really weird because I'm not.
It was great because I was like, ooh, I'm gonna drink, but then I'm also gonna get that minty, fresh breath aftertaste.
But yeah, but for whatever reason, that's not normally a thing I enjoy.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I liked it because I've had mojitos.
They had some new varieties there as well.
Ooh.
They didn't have that seasonal that we had. They had a sour apple. that Tanya tried, and I think you liked it all right.
Yeah, it was good right at first, but then I wasn't a big fan of the aftertaste. I think
I need to go down there again, Bob.
We
Let's
do.
go.
Yeah, we need to.
We need to go up there more often.
Did you ever meet our friend Derek Girder down in Troy?
I don't think
he
so.
played Magic with us. Anyway,
I recognize the name.
Ran into him up there, so we should go up there and hang out with him and talk D&D and
that
books.
Sounds good. We'll set up a date because I really want to go back down there and get some more ginger stuff.
We need to go. Yeah, and try their new varieties.
I want to check out the new stuff.
And we are starting to work a little more closely with them. Not putting the cart before the horse, but I think they're going to be getting us some stuff, and we're going to be. This may become Interstellar. Brought to you by Interstellar. I don't know.
We're recording in Interstellar Studios.
So if you notice our laptop that we record, I know y'all can all see it clearly, but
clearly
we have the Interstellar logo on our laptop.
Maybe our social media consultant will put something up on Twitter about it when we post this episode.
Perhaps.
So Interstellar is great. If you're anywhere near Birmingham, please go by there and check them out.
Yeah,
they're great people.
It's a great place to hang out too. I was surprised. Mm-hmm. It was real nice. I liked being there. It was.
Oh, they had live music and everything.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, they had 3 different little live bands going. Yeah, it was great.
It was great.
All
Food trucks and stuff.
Well, what random item do I?
It's Easter. Happy Easter, everyone! Today's Sunday.
Okay.
Happy Easter.
Well,
I think I've said that, but no one
I did.
As always.
Well, I don't listen. I just hear.
Well, as you wander through your yard looking for
That's a man thing.
For the Easter eggs that are the surprises.
Just like it's a woman thing to just talk over Bob while he's trying to do something important.
He's just rattling on. Does anyone listen to Bob talk?
God, I try not to. All right, as you scramble through your yard in the week to come, trying to find the presents that tiny bunnies have left you in egg-shaped form.
Bunny.
They're not poops, I promise.
Wombat poops are cube-shaped.
I hope that you find lots of mini Snickers inside your eggs, maybe a prize-winning $1 or $2, and may the blessing of the beard be upon you.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Books, Beards, Booze. Our co-hosts are Bob, Derek, and Tanya. Our producer is Bob. For more information, visit our website, booksbeardsbooze.com. Follow our social media at Tales by Bob. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.